We should be about to close. Alright, so I'm going to give you something to eat, of course. I got microwave stuff. Make sure I come in and buy food and stuff so I'm not all loitering and stuff, but you know me with people. I go sit in my car because they're scary. And they're noisy. People.
Everybody.
Talking to my YouTube channel again.
Nice.
Yeah, I try to let people know what's going on. Ever since Natalie was killed, I've had to deal with a lot of evil people. But I do my best to show how it really is.
Right.
Other than that, like when people gaslight you and tell you basically nuttier than squirrel turds, they get to pretend like you're a bad person for being nuttier than squirrel turds. Must be your fault because you're mentally ill. And like, see, that's why you need a friend or family member to go in with you. I followed the instructions the Warriors gave me.
It's restart notice.
Oh, that's because I hit the button twice. Crap.
I don't think it was you. It was the machine. Twice? It got you twice, though. Twice in one day. That's rare.
I think it's on my channel doing that like in the last 3 days. I follow your boss's money. Just kidding, just Michelle. Anyway, I touch on all of the most worstest subjects. I'm like, gay people are people, black people are people, women are people, white people are people, and men are people too.
Touchy subjects right there.
Right.
Jeez.
And when
great.
people from those groups decide they're going to be jerks to another group, I'm like, well, I'll just blame your group. Do you like it? How does it feel?
You're a hypocrite.
I know. Don't I know it?
Do you want a paper plate?
Absolutely, positively.
Not
Yeah. So I had one guy using the N-word repeatedly last night towards another feller that was next to my vehicle. His name was Christian. He was a darker feller. And every time that white guy called that darker feller the N-word, I said, I don't like that word. Of course, Christian was fine with being called that. I still don't like it, and I still find it offensive. I don't care what color I is, or they all.
Right.
I'm not going to call somebody that. I don't care what color I am or the other person is.
Right.
But when people are mean to me, I know how to be mean. I remember when I was a fat kid, all the meanest stuff that hurt the worst. And when fat people pick on me, I know exactly where to hit them. I also know where to hit scrawny people when I'm fat. I'm like, stick, I will sit on you. See, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
It could be either way. Channel, I gotta let a customer be a customer. Yes, sir. And one of the things I'm making sure of is I'm not trying to live in a parking lot. Not trying to motion freeload. I'm trying to get taken care of the things I need to. A lot of days are hurry up and wait. Some days it's just too hot, and if I drive my car, I'll probably pass out at the wheel, and we know that that's probably not safe for myself or others. And of course, I do make sure that I stay hydrated. I drink a lot of caffeine, yes, but I also drink a lot of water. if I budget myself to $5 a day, then I can, well, $5 on my food stamp card, that's all I got right now. If I budget myself $5 a day on that, then I should be able to eat for the rest of the month. I do have some food in my car, and I got some canned stuff. My hand will work well enough to run a can of. Sometimes do, sometimes don't. How do you start the neutral wave?
Oh, I think we'll get. Let me check.
I'll turn it off just because I don't want to shock you when you plug it in.
Okay, try again. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, it's making the melty sound.
Yeah. Sound of radiation.
Yep, sounds like a stealth fan that's a little bit angry. I got away with words sometimes. It's just unfortunate I'm better at being witty than I am at a lot of other things. Like I can't join a conversation that's a group conversation because I won't understand any of it. Once people start talking over each other, I get lost. I can't understand either one.
Yeah.
So then I pick up little bits and pieces and a few words, and it turns into something funny in my head, and all I can really do is make a joke. And that's how I made friends growing up. I made jokes about whatever they were talking about because I couldn't understand it. Not because I'm stupid, because they were all talking at once.
Scott, do you have a second to? Do you have a second to do some counting? Do you have a second to do some counting? What are you thinking about?
Right? It's too bad I can't take care of myself, because if I could take care of myself, I'd get a dog. I'm a cat person, but they're not big enough for me, you know? I need like a body pillow dog.
The bigger they are, the more they eat.
Yes, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
My ideal bed is 2 St. Bernards and a Yorkie for my feet.
There you go.
And in the summertime, I'll wash the Yorkie and use it as a pillow. Ha ha ha, Barbara's moving. Uh, someone calling themselves not Lawrence Connor typed hi. Let me guess, you're another one of those trolls from one of them gamer sites where they talk shit about people while putting up screenshots of some video game. There's probably about 4 or 5 of you on that are going to be typing through the course of this, huh? Some people just come to my channel on accident. Statistically, most of them click on my channel. That's because a lot of my repeat trolls, it's hard to tell which one's a troll. This is another new fake account made by these people. Not Lawrence Connor type sing Amazing Grace. No, go screw yourself, dude. That's not what this channel's about. I do my breathing exercise. Oh, looks like this guy has trolled me about enough. Let's get rid of his account. What do? We take a screenshot of it. Click on there. And we hit hide user on this channel. There, he's gone. See how easy that was? I don't care about your schizophrenic spaceman in the sky. Do not come here to harass me about your Jesus, you pieces of shit. Do not come here to shove your craziness on me or anyone else on my channel. I'm not going to listen to you trying to sell your religious bull on my channel. All the Christians I know showed me they're not Christians. I don't care what religion you have. Your religion doesn't belong here. This is about protecting the victims. You want to brush off the victims when they're being harmed by telling them about your deity, your imaginary spaceman in the sky. Oh, the guy who was saying them racist words. We're gonna close here soon. I bought a burrito. It was $5 for the burrito. I'm not really hungry. I just had I don't want to live in a parking lot. The important thing is the preservation of evidence. It's looking at evidence and getting it so that it goes before a judge. The evidence needs to go before a judge. But if nobody will look at it, they only talk over me and refuse to look at the evidence. Even if I make a written report, they do nothing. Someone has to go in with me. That is the only thing that works. I like Dallas, but you see how long I've been begging him? He said he would, but hasn't, at least. At least he finally came through on getting the boat from me. That saved me last month. Not Jesus. Dallas. Dallas Palmer. It costs me more money every month than I have just to exist in a constant state of fear because I am constantly in an at-risk situation. I am the most likely person to be killed by police. Statistically, I am a male. As a homeless person, I have a less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of being killed by a police officer every single year. Now, when you consider that that's exponential, that every year that I'm homeless, the chances of me being killed by a police officer increase. My chances of being killed by another homeless person exist, but my chances of being killed by a person in a house are great. As a disabled person, nobody's going to listen to me anyway. Not without friend or family who loves you and tries to understand instead of exploiting it. And what do your siblings do? Are your siblings the type who are going to try to understand your disabilities? Or are they like my brother Eric? He knows I got Tourette syndrome, and he knows if he goes that I'll start doing it. If he's losing an argument, he'll do that a few times if it doesn't work the first time. Tillamook, Dallas is how I have Dallas Palmer saved in my phone. A lot of people didn't help and didn't help and didn't help, and then I just stopped going to them. They're just going to make excuses. They'll say they care or they love me, and then they'll ignore me for a really long time. Well, I can't just wait on them to give a shit. I gotta try to find someone who actually does. You make disabled and at-risk adults jump through a system where nobody's following the law. So it doesn't matter that we try to follow the law. You can see how they try to take advantage of me by everyone sending me to somebody else and telling me it's someone else's job. But the one thing they don't secure is my safety or the evidence. If my predators try, yeah, they'll steal my evidence from me. See, my predators went to their friends and family for help destroying my life and gaslighting me. I went to my friends and family for help turning the shit into the courts and the cops. After they gaslighted me and my friends ignored me, and I had a mental breakdown from trying to get help, being told to go to mental health, go to the police, go to your friends and family, go to mental health, go to the police, go to your friends and family, go to mental health, go to the police, go to your friends and family, go to a lawyer who says, hey, you got to go to your friends and family. You have to go to your friends and family and have them turn it in, record everything. Record everything. You're an at-risk and disabled adult. You are allowed to record everything. If you have no parent or guardian, but you're being called mentally ill, people trying to gaslight you, you have to record everything. If you talk to your mom, record it. If you talk to your grandma about it, record it. If you talk to the police about it, record it. You talk to your friends about it, record it. Record the time and date. They also write it down, which is why my ledger was pretty fucking important. This was pretty well organized. When Natalie died, that stopped all of that. I kept a ledger until then, though. A ledger is kind of like a journal. It's got your financial information written in it, so you don't forget it. It's got how much you've paid out and how much came back. It's got what people said that they would do versus what they actually did. So when people took advantage of me financially, that's one of the things the lawyers pushed real heavy. Hey, they're not gonna care about people making fun of you, dude. I hate to tell you that. They're not gonna care about spreading rumors. They're just not. Now, the people that are hitting you, I understand you want to focus on the rumors and the people trash talking, but you have to get them to look at the fact that you're being harmed. If people are assaulting you, then you can bring up the other stuff. So you have to get them to care that you're being assaulted. By law, they have to do something. This is a list of who is a mandated reporter in the state of Colorado. All right. You go down it and you're like doctors and lawyers. And yeah, some lawyers are. If a tax attorney realizes that there's fraud in your taxes, he has to report it immediately. Or he's complicit in tax fraud. He takes money for doing that tax stuff for a reason. It's so he can catch that shit. When the friends that I don't get to see because they never tried speaking up tell me it could be worse, I could be dead. How would they know what death feels like? I can't see them. The few moments of attention that I try to steal from the people here, it ends up being a few extra moments than it should be because I'm alone. I better relocate and eat my burrito. Try not to live in this parking lot. try to stick here with facts and evidence. When people are being irrational, like cops going out of their way to fucking play stupid shit, word games, fucking beating around the bush. Oh, well, if you went to them by yourself and they didn't do anything, then we're not gonna try. Like, fuck you, dude. Sadler and Lotham, those are the two that were involved in the beginning of the Molly situation and, well, not quite the end of the Molly situation, but they were aware of the situation multiple times. And in between there, Molly did shit like that multiple times. And I went to the Fred Meyers place, I went to witnesses. Whenever she pulled that shit, I tried to record it. Sometimes I was already recording when she'd start fucking screaming that shit. Until she realized that I was recording. Or she'd start screaming and accuse me of stealing her stuff. Things like that. Like, that is so mean. And I just drove here with my lights off. And I almost got into an accident. Battery charge thing. I'll run to the stick shift. Said it's unsafe, and you don't understand how many times that happens. How much it hurts to bend and twist and do all these things that on my channel I got doctors that tell me not to do any of those things, but you see how I'm fucking stuck in here. I have to do something to deprive somebody of their loved ones. That's the worst thing you can do. When you didn't get what you wanted right when you wanted. So you pretend that somebody else is a bad person because you didn't get what you wanted right when you wanted. They owed it to you. You didn't get what you wanted right when you wanted it. You can see with all these people how they have a different set of rules for them than they do for me. A lot of these folks, if a crime happens against them, they won't try to go to the cops. They'll say it doesn't do any good. It won't do any good. It won't do any good. You know why it won't do any good? You don't fucking try. I understand that it doesn't do any good if you go in alone. I'm fucking aware of that. So don't go in alone and then tell me about it. Go in with me and record it. They're less likely to break the law if you go in with a friend or family member. Even less likely to break the law if that friend or family member is a real friend or family member who listened to understand. Because then they know what happened. They've looked at it as it's been going on. Instead, for 6 months, 6 fucking full months before I ever was an asshole to anybody about the Natalie Bollinger situation, before I cursed at anybody, 6 months of being assaulted, of people threatening to kill me, of people threatening to kill my family. And instead of threatening to kill people, I beg them to stop. You know what happens when you're abused to the point that you want your life to end? And they call the hospital. A lot of people say, hey, you know what? Joseph Lopez should have called the hospital. But no, he shouldn't have. That didn't do any good. See, the one chance that you have when a victim is trying to get help is to do so right away before their predators are allowed to get away and do it to them over and over and over again. Do you have any idea how many people harmed me in that 6 months? You tell me to use my coping skills. You get to see how my former friends, how But I treated them the way that these predators are treating me. Just once. Here's an example of what this feels like. How does it feel? How does it feel? Now imagine instead of me just being a dickhead, because there's things that I don't do, these predators threaten to kill my friends and family. These predators make hundreds of phone calls, hundreds of restricted numbers, hundreds of horrible, horrible text messages, harassment over and over and over again. And of course, friends that give out my phone number. Or these agencies that don't follow the instructions or understand the safety issues or why I have to do this. We can write the names and the numbers down. But there is a lot to write down. There is a lot of people involved. The gaslighting from Natalie Marie Bollinger's friends and family for an entire year before she was killed. I left Virginia. My birthday is October 18th. In 2016, the last time I saw Natalie Bollinger was on my birthday. I never saw her again. When I was stuck outside of her house a couple days later, I didn't see her then either. I was fucking scared. I was stuck in the fucking road with a broken goddamn phone. It was an emergency and I wasn't being heard. I needed help and it was an emergency and I wasn't being heard. I didn't have a support network. I was completely separated from all of it. I needed help and I wasn't being heard. I was dehydrated and I wasn't being heard. Help me, please. But instead it's, oh, Sean's an evil, horrible person who's here to rape and kill people or some such fucking crap. They were embarrassed. I did what they wanted. You can see in our text messages and our emails that I did what they wanted. 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 Natalie's last post, there's some of that stuff. She had to mix some truth with some lies. The truth. She typed up things that I did. She actually typed up a few things that I actually did. What she didn't do was type that those are things that her and her sister had pressured me to do. That I had been peer pressured to take that phone for my birthday, even though the one that I had, the flip phone, it was fine for my purposes. The one that I had when I got to Virginia, you get to see how it's a different phone altogether. That was the flip phone that I needed to find. But you know what? All these fucking people, they said, oh, well, we hooked you up with an advocate. No, it was that, oh God, what's her name? The lady who was the victims' rights advocate for the Bollinger family. They weren't the victims. Natalie and I are. Natalie and I are the victims. Her family never had a right to a victim's rights advocate after what they did to her and I. They never had the right to play victim after I reached out for help and was treated like I was a Ted Bollinger. The worst thing that you can do for someone who is suicidal is to call 911. That is the worst thing that you can do. The best thing you can do is be a real friend. Go and listen to them. Go be a real friend. Listen to them. Suicide prevention is everyone's responsibility. Allowing people to harm a victim that can't take care of himself is what pushes us to suicide. Suicide warning signs, withdrawal from family and friends. Only after begging for help stopping the abuse first. Changes in sleep patterns. Check. It's hard to sleep when I record every night. You get to hear it. Increased substance use or gambling. Well, I'm gambling with my life, but I don't have much choice, do I? You tell yourself I do. What options do I have? As far as increased substance use, yeah, I smoke a lot more cigarettes than I used to. I drink so much fucking coffee. It's not even goddamn funny. My sugar intake is through the goddamn roof. Everybody wants to push me to smoke pot. Like, pot doesn't fix it. Mood swings. It is important to understand why I'm having mood swings. Because I'm being abused and I need to be heard. I need someone to look at the evidence and help turn it in. Look at why I am screaming for help. Look at why I am acting like one of my predators. I ask you for help because I'm being abused. And then I give you an example of that abuse and you fucking flip your shit, don't you? Let's read some more of this. If you don't listen, these people get to continue to harm me physically, financially, psychologically. They get to leave me in an environment where I literally cannot function, whereas if they put me in the right environment, I will do things that you could not believe to make this world a better place. I am amazing when I am safe. But mandated reporters guaranteed that I am unsafe. Matter of fact, this right here, it's too bad Tillamook Family Counseling Center didn't follow what's on this thing. Oh, that hurt. I always let someone know. Please help get assisted termination of life legal. If therapists didn't, that's right, if they didn't commit Medicare and Medicaid fraud, they'd be broke because of mandated reporter laws. They have to do the job. Have to. If I block you as a troll, and you're not a troll, you're just trying to lighten up the situation. It doesn't lighten it up, and when I ask you to stop, it means stop. Not start trying to pawn off your schizophrenic spaceman. I don't give a fuck which name you call him.